Williams. Nice to meet you.
I'm Randall.
Randall? Okay, so welcome. So what brings you in today? We got some information on you, of course, but not as much. And so, that's not always a bad thing. So what brings you in?
I just have this drug problem. It's cocaine actually, and I feel like it's really having a bad effect on my life.
Oh, okay. So most people that come, they don't automatically say what their problem is. So thank you so much for sharing. That's very courageous of you.
Thank you.
Were you ready to talk? Were you that ready to have a dialogue?
I don't think so. I've been using it for so long and so frequently. And it just recently just had a conversation with a friend, and I just really felt like I needed to come here.
Wow. Okay. Well, thank you for coming. So let's talk about this. Give me some background on how you got this far.
So I'm an engineer. I have been doing that for about 2 years at a automotive company. I befriended a gentleman there, and we became close, and we got a place together. And I thought this was a good idea to begin with, and one day he just asked me if I wanted to try something, and I like to think of myself as an open-minded person, so I went ahead and tried it, and I liked it, and it just turned into a lot of other things.
How long ago was that?
That was about 6 months ago.
Oh, wow. Okay. All right. So let me make sure I'm following you. You met someone that you work with. You all became friends. And just over the course of the friendship, I heard you say he offered this to you and you tried it.
Yes.
So do you all actively use together?
Yes.
Okay. And how frequently?
Pretty much every day. Yes, it was an everyday thing pretty much. We were going out a lot. The job pays well, so we had a lot of expendable funds. So yeah, we did a lot of partying. He actually would find the parties, and I would tag along just to not seem like I'm not down. So have fun.
Okay, all right, that was a lot. And so you use together. I heard you say that you all go to parties to use. I also heard you say you wanted to tag along, to be in on the fun. Do you ever use without him?
Not particularly. Sometimes I would get like a small urge, but I would have like some temptation, some resistance to fight the urge.
Okay. So you don't use without him?
Not regularly.
Not regularly?
No.
Have you ever used without him?
Yes, it's an occasional thing. Like,
okay.
Yeah, like maybe like a week or 2 hours slip, and just one small line and.
What? Speak up, please.
One small line, sorry.
Okay.
Just to get me through the day.
Okay, and how often do you all use? When you look at the course of frequency in the last 6 months.
I would say probably. Are you saying like individually, just me alone?
Well, you are. What I heard you say, you only use one time without them, or a small, minimal amount of time. So I'm asking it because I'm understanding that you use mostly with him.
Yes.
So how often do you all use? Am I accurate? Am I understanding?
Yes.
Okay.
It would be mainly towards the end of the week, like towards Thursday, when you're coming into the weekend, and then that would be what he would call our pre-drug, escapade, just to get us ready for the weekend. But we've come so close so many times to getting into bad situations, and just it became a point where I started to think and wonder, is this really me?
It's really good. Okay, tell me more about the free drug weekend.
So on Thursdays, we would normally go to a bar that's very known for cocaine use and others. So it's very prevalent. It's very around. And yeah, I would relax and play some pool, do some lines in the bathroom, just mingle and socialize. And then, that leads into the weekend, and that's harder party, clubbing, and whatnot.
How do you define hard partying?
Well, we go to these things called raves. It's a very chaotic environment, but it's normally a safe space, but it can get pretty rowdy in there. It's not something I'm really used to. He also introduced this to me as well.
Oh.
And yeah, so it can get like intense. Like it sometimes feels like you would actually like need the cocaine to be in that type of space.
Why did you say that?
Just the general environment is very uproaring. It's very physical. Sometimes it can get physically violent. But it doesn't always get like that. But you feel like you need that energy boost that the cocaine gives you to stay there with everyone and be on the same level.
Okay. All right. And so, how long was it before you started using with him that you all then started the hard party and the raves? Like, what was the amount of time?
It happened pretty quick, actually. Right, like I would say 3 days after we got our place. It started off as just celebration, and then it turned into more of that over the months. It just turned into a regular thing, and I started to notice it.
So you all don't just work together and go together, you live together?
Yes.
And that happened within 3 days?
Yes, of us, yeah.
Oh, okay, so this was a lot. This was a lot that happened in the last 6 months with your life.
Yes, yes.
Wouldn't you say that?
Yes, I agree.
Okay. Have you reflected on, like, how did I get here? How did this escalate this far? Like, have you asked yourself some of those questions?
Yes. I kind of think back to my childhood. I grew up in Taylor, Michigan, in a trailer park community. I was raised by my dad primarily. He really emphasized to show as little emotion as possible, to keep myself guarded and to make sure I'm not taken advantage of.
But it sounds like you were raised in a trailer park. You were raised by your father. I'm hearing you say he taught you to kind of be aware of your boundaries and not be taken advantage of. But what does this situation sound like that you're in? Does it sound anything like how you were raised?
No, and that's how I feel. I feel like I just
Can you speak up, please?
Yes, I'm sorry. I feel like I just spontaneously made a choice just to have friends. I didn't have many growing up, and it just felt good to be around someone that wanted to be around me.
Okay. It felt good. I heard you say it felt good to be around someone that wanted to be around me. So as we close out, because we got some things I want to attend to, I want to give you some psychoeducation treatment, but I want to look at our next session and look at how you actually got here. And what is it that you should be doing to kind of like be aware of where you are and where you're functioning now, so we can then look at some things, okay? All right. Okay, so have you, how does that sound?
I believe I would like that.
Okay,
That I would be okay with that.
okay, so we'll to get together in about a week or so, same time, and then we'll be able to kinda, go from there, okay? And I'll email you some things I want you to work on, okay?
Okay. Thank you.
Alright, thank you,
Thank you.
okay.